Hello Cancer, welcome to my channel. Welcome to your August Tarot General Forecast reading. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you to those that have liked and subscribed to my channel so far. Very much appreciate it. As always, this is a generalised reading, so some of the messages may resonate with you, some of them may not. And those that do resonate with you, the first thing that comes to your mind is what it's telling you to focus on first of all. If you just excuse me for a few minutes, I'm just going to channel in for your reading. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to stop it there. I'll split the deck into three. Okay, so I'm pulling a 10 card Celtic cross. And for those of you that are not familiar with the spread, I will show it you individually so it can give you an idea of what we're looking at. Okay. Okay, Cancer, at the bottom of the deck we've got the Four of Wands. Great. So the Four of Wands, okay, you've also got the Four of Swords and you've got the Four of Cups underneath that as well. So 4 is playing a significant part within the month of August. So I feel like this might speak to a family of 4, or this could relate to 4 brothers, 4 sisters. Because I'm seeing this because with it being like the happy home card and the marriage card, I'm seeing this as maybe it could be 4 children even as well, because we do have a page. We have 2 pages within your reading, so I feel like this could relate to 2 children, 2 parents and 2 children, 4 children as well. So yeah, so the Four of Wands can tend to talk a lot about maybe, and it's your overall energy for the month of August. So I feel like the home is going to be playing an important part for you in the month of August. So some of you may be moving and relocating to a new home. Some of you may have just got the keys for a new home as well. Some of you may have just got married and maybe just moved into cohabiting together in some way. I feel like maybe your children may have just left home as well. Or this could be introducing people within your home environment. So it's very family and home orientated for the month of August. I'll go through your cards. So in the recent past you got the Page of Wands. The position where you are now, we've got Queen of Wands. Your challenge, what's crossing you, is the Hanged Man. Crowning you, what you know to be true, we've got you, Cancer, which is the King of Cups. What's underlying, what's hidden is the 8 of Coins. Up and coming future is the King of Coins. Position of the Self, we have the Page of Swords. Environment, we've got 6 of Cups. Hopes and fears, we have the Emperor. And your outcome, we have 4 of Swords. Okay, so in your recent past, we have the Page of Wands. So this talks about messages usually, and with it being the Wands, it tends to be quite fast communication. So because you do have the 4 of Wands, that's your overall energy, I feel like some of you may have just received some news regarding a home move, or I'm seeing maybe contracts being signed and things like that, because you do have the Page of Swords in a position of yourself. So some of you may have just been given some information regarding a home, or you may have just given someone else some information regarding a home. So this could have been messages and communication involving a move. Maybe some of you have had to disclose that you might need someone to move out now. You may have just told someone that they can move in as well. So the Page of Wands is a bringer of messages. It is communication. They do tend to talk about children as well. So because you do have 2 pages here, this could very much represent children within your home or in your environment. Some of you may have just found, I'm seeing twins. Some of you have just maybe found out that you're having twins. If not, if you are getting scans within the month of August, be prepared. So yeah, the Pages of Wands, again, they are communication and messages. So I feel like this could be some messages regarding children in some way, shape or form. Your children may have just told you that, you know, they're moving out now as well. So in the position of the Self, we've got the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is a very charismatic character. They're very dynamic and courageous individuals. So the Queen of Wands talks to a lot about, well, it could be a fire sign that you could be dealing with. So this could be male or female energy with the Queen of Wands. So fire signs are Aries, Sagittarius or Leo. And the Queen of Wands is a person who usually tends to work in an environment where they can express their creativity. The Queens are usually, it's very similar to the King in the sense where they've matured in the area of in their area of expertise. And they are usually in a position where they're quite comfortable with where they are and with who they are as well. More likely got to a point within the life where they're kind of working for themselves or having things that might work for them, because the wands are all about creativity and things like that. So it won't surprise me if this is a person who might be a boss or a tutor. This could be a friend as well, or a family member, or a sister as well. Yeah, it's a family member, so it's just with sister coming out then. So the Queen of Wands, with this being in the position of yourself, I feel like you're being very much like the Queen of Wands. Maybe you have... So I'll just say, because we do have the King of Cups here, that's crowning you in your reading as well, and with this being your card, which is, you know, a water sign with the Cancer card, for some of you, you know, this could be your partner. Okay, this could be your partner that you're dealing with, the Queen of Wands. And I do see this as a very nice energy. Well, I do see in your upcoming future, because you do have the King of Coins here within your reading as well. So for some female individuals, you may be dealing with two males, and vice versa. I'm seeing for some of you, you might be dealing with a male and a female. You know, this could be to do with three people. I'm feeling like there is a marriage and there is children involved, but I feel like the children may be from a previous marriage, okay? And this might be an individual that is, I'd say that's either in the middle, because she is placed right in between these two kings. So this could be a person that's in the middle of a marriage. Or, you know, it could be someone has just found out that they may be pregnant, and there may be two fathers, okay? You might not be sure which one the father is. I'm sorry, this is just what's coming out with news here, and with there being children here and there being two male figures here as well. It's just a high possibility for some of you. And please bear in mind, this is a generalised reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. But you are dealing with a Queen of Wands character in the month of August, okay? So what's challenging you and what's crossing this is the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man, you know, is a sacrificial card. It usually tends to talk about sacrifices in some way. And I feel like, because this is your challenge, some of you may be struggling to come to terms with motherhood in some way. And I say that just because it does talk about seeing things a bit differently, and a lot of the time, you know, you do tend to have to make sacrifices in the area of having children and things like that. Some of you may have just found out that you're pregnant, and you might have just thought, oh, you know, my whole life is going to change now, and things. Looking at your priorities and what's going to shift and what's going to change, because that's what the Hanged Man tends to do. It looks at seeing things differently. It looks at reorganising things. You do have the Eight of Coins here that's underlying you. So I see that you're working really hard, and you are planning, and you are going over things with a fine-tooth comb. And it's interesting because this card usually always tends to come out with the Four of Wands. So it can tell me that it's maybe all work and no play at the minute. And maybe it's asking you to maybe look at the fun side of things, okay? If things are seeming a little bit hard work, it might be asking you to maybe just think a little bit more of the Queen of Wands and take in some of the Queen of Wands energy and be a little bit more adventurous and more free-spirited and carefree. And And that might be why it's posing as a bit of a challenge. Maybe you're wanting to invest more of the Queen of Wands energy, and you're just feeling like it's all hard work at the minute, whatever it is that you're involved in. And this can apply to any area of your life. What's crowning you, what you know to be true, we've got the King of Cups. So I see this as you being very mature, very content and stable with where you are in most aspects of your life. And again, I think what this could be asking is to remain grounded within your emotions, because if you do receive some kind of, I just see you being really busy, and I feel like this is asking you to just not get so overwhelmed. Try and remain grounded with your emotions. Be very much like the King of Cups, because they're very mature when it comes to mastering their emotions and how they deal with things and how they utilize them as well in order to kind of create the best situation out of things. So when you do have the King of Wands energy and the Queen of Wands energy, this is a fantastic energy to have in terms of not being too emotionally involved in something, but being able to use your creativity to create something that's a bit more structured, stable and secure. So in your upcoming future, we do have the King of Coins. So this could be another individual that you're dealing with, which could be an earth sign, a Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo person. So the King of Coins, I see, again, I'm feeling like it's about taking in the energy of the King of Coins and being very grounded, thinking long term as well. Because the Queen of Wands doesn't tend to think long term. She thinks, well, this is a great idea, let's do it. King of Coins is a little bit more, yeah, it's a great idea, but I need to plan first. And the King of Cups is very much, it's very similar to the King of Coins in the sense where, they do like to think a little bit before they kind of make the move. But we probably tend to feel more of a situation out. The thing with the King of Coins, they tend to think that far ahead and put so much thought into planning things that they tend to miss some opportunities that arise to them, whereas a King of Cups person would thoroughly recognise that and would be able to empathise and respond to opportunities when they arise. They're very intuitive people, so they usually tend to know that it feels right or it doesn't feel right. The King of Coins, even though it feels right, they're still very much, yeah, okay, it does feel like a really good idea, but I'm not prepared to make any changes right now. I'm being very stubborn. I'm being very set in what I do, and they're great like that because they're very strategic, and they do they're fantastic when it comes to security and their finances and making money, and that's what's so great about the King of Coins, and that's when they're this energy, they have mastered that point where they know how to save, they know how to look after themselves, and there's just the great providers. So that being said, it could be asking about looking at how to be a bit more secure and stable within one's finances, and maybe starting to think a little bit more and planning a little bit more ahead. But trusting your intuition as well. And if you feel like something feels like it's a really good opportunity, and it might lead you to like the King of Coins, which is being a bit more secure and stable and settled, taking the energy of the Queen of Wands, and when you do feel like that kind of burst of inspiration, act on it. The King of Cups will know how to act on that. Okay, so you've got some fantastic energy here to sort of take advantage of. Again, I just see with your challenge, just seeing things a little bit differently. I feel like it's asking you to kind of, I'll say, give up on something, but there may be some sacrifices that one might have to make in order to make this work. I do see that there could be a move involved with the family here, with the Four of Wands. So this could be moving to a new location, starting something new within the home environment as well. Some of you could be, I don't know, this could be anything to do. You could even be thinking about getting an extension or something like that. So the Four of Wands is, yeah, should we do it? I'm not too sure. Will it create more of an investment within the home? I think it feels like a really good idea to do that. And the Queen of Wands is, yeah, let's do it. Okay. And the sacrifice would be that, you just have to give up several rooms within the house for a few months in order to have the work done. So in the position of the Self, we've got the Page of Swords. Again, this could be another child. So if not, this again is communication, and your swords tend to talk to your intellect and your mind. And I feel like this is new information, new communication. This could be the spark of a new idea, or there's something that may have come up in conversation that may have made you think, oh, that sounds like a really good idea. But the pages, again, tend to bring messages and news. So, and I do see this person who's like offering news. It's different to the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is holding the wand. He's almost saying like, this is like, okay, this is news that you're going to have to take, whether you like it or not. This is information that might be of use to you, should you care to listen to it or not. So again, it might be asking you to, tap into your energy and your way of thinking, which is your intuition, when taking in some information and news. So again, this could be something that comes to light, and you might have to trust in yourself to be able to acknowledge this information, or knowing what it is that you want to do with that information or messages that might come to you. It might cause you to see things a little bit differently. If you have just received some kind of news in the recent past that may have put you in a position where you're thinking quite a lot, and you started to make plans and you started to work hard at something, and this page comes in and maybe offers you some alternative news that may change things, or may make you think, oh, I might want to move to a different location now. Go with what you feel is right. And I think that's what it's asking you, is to listen to your own way of thinking. Okay. So in your environment, we have the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups tends to talk to nostalgia and reflecting back on past times and things like that. This can also relate to a soulmate card and people coming back into your life. So this is your environment. I do see the children with this card again. So some of you could be reflecting over childhood. Some of you, I feel like maybe if this is someone who is now leaving the family home and you're starting to venture out on your own. So this could be a young individual who's just left home. They might be going to university. They might have just got a job abroad or something like that. So a lot of this card can tend to look at, maybe you reflecting back on how things are within the family home. So some of you might be spending a lot of time with the family right now and reflecting over past times and the good times that you've kind of spent there as well. So I am seeing that. I do feel like it's a lovely energy, but I do feel like maybe some children or some young individuals are now moving on from the family home, and it's creating a kind of nostalgia feeling within the environment. But again, it's a lovely energy, and it is here to kind of utilise as well. And again, some of you might be thinking, okay, well, some people have just moved out of the home now. How am I going to now stand on my own 2 feet and start looking after myself? Because the King of Coins is, okay, I have to grow up now. Okay, the King of Coins is a very mature energy, and this, I feel, is almost like going from the pages, which is a very youthful energy. Maybe, not having to worry too much about where they go, what they do. But the King of Coins is a person who then makes decisions and is now got responsibility over what it is they do and where they go. So in your hopes and your fears, we've got the Emperor card. So the Emperor card tends to talk a lot about, they can be very stubborn, very set in their ways, the Emperor card, but also very much talks to, grounding as well, kind of not taking no for an answer sort of thing, can be very stubborn. And I feel like the room for manoeuvre has just come to my mind. So it could be that some of you may be resisting the change here as well. Some of you may have just got to a position where you now have to kind of buck up and start taking responsibility for some things. And the Emperor is here in the hopes and the fears of to say, well, I don't really want to grow up yet. And the fear could be is like, well, I have no choice, I've got to, but how do I go about it? So, you know, again, it's a great energy, and I feel like this is here supporting you, and it shouldn't be posed as a fear in any way. I feel like the energy is here to support you, in helping you kind of mature within your energy, and I do feel like a lot of it's about maturing with energy. So the Emperor card, they're very, very determined, very, I mean, you think of the Emperor, you know, he rules. He rules. So this could be someone within the family as well. So this could be a father figure, okay? Getting a father figure maybe a father has been very much like, no, I'm putting my foot down, I'm not having this anymore. You can start paying your own way, or you can start paying your own fees, or you can start, to put it bluntly, just get your act together and start looking at how you're going to move forward with your own life. That's the kind of Emperor, that's kind of energy that the Emperor kind of has. You know, he's very much like a dad is to say, like, no, I'm putting my foot down, I've had enough. So this could be a relative, it could be a boss as well, or a tutor. And, you know, it is the Aries card, so it could be an Aries that you're dealing with as well, if it does relate to anyone. So as your outcome card, we've got the Four of Swords. So I feel like, you know, August is going to be a bit of a busy month for some. And as your outcome, it's a great energy to have, because I feel like it's telling you that by the end of the month, you will be able to rest. You'll be able to take some solace. You'll be able to take some time to reflect and kind of just let the energies kind of flow over, okay? So it's a great way to look at, you know, how you're going to be ending the month with all these energies that are going out. So the Four of Swords, it does advise you to just take some rest. It may be asking you to kind of just think a little bit about things before making any sort of moves as well. But with it being the outcome card, I do feel like if you're going through a process right now where some of you are moving home, some of you are having work done at the home, some of you are leaving home, all that kind of stuff, try and get as much rest as you can during the process. Try and settle as much as you can, and after all of this has been done, you will have time to rest as well, okay? So it is saying that you will have the opportunity to take some time for yourself. Okay, Cancer, I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I hope you like that. And I do have a website up and running now, so which is anniemoratarot.co.uk, www. If any of you were interested in going over to that. If you would like to leave any comments or feedback below, I'd very much appreciate that. I'd look forward to hearing from you. Have a fantastic August, and I will see you again soon. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.